What's up? What's up? Welcome into another episode of Jammin with J Money, man, from sportsreview.com. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Hey, share the show, all that, man. Tell all your friends and family. Y'all sitting down eating Christmas dinner, man. Hey, put the Jammin with J Money on real quick, man. We got Christmas games going on. So we're gonna recap the Christmas games yesterday, and then we're gonna try to get to some money today, man. Y'all know what's up. How was the holidays for you guys yesterday? Everything good with you, Junior and Jordan? You go first, Junior.
Uh, yeah. I had a good day. I mean, when I say a good day, a good Christmas day in terms of eating, in terms of my plays. I went 2-2. I was on the Sixers and I was on the Clippers money line. I got a little bit too cute. After we had the show, I had said that I was going Sixers. What I ended up doing, instead of going Sixers first half and full game, I talked myself into Sixers first half, Bucks full game. I was a little bit pissed off at myself for not sticking to my guns, but it happens. We saw people are getting a little too excited though, talking about the Sixers look like contenders, bro. They hit 21 threes. They're not about to hit 21 threes on a regular basis. Shoot 21 for 44. That's not about to happen. But something we did say on the show, Joel Embiid showed that when he feels like it, he can at least slow Giannis down a little bit because he's a big body who can move. So I thought that was really important. I got a column coming out later today on SBR.com called Contenders and Pretenders so far in the NBA season, and I promise you that Denver and Houston will be in that column. I'll let y'all guess what side of the coin they fall on, but really disappointed. We warn people, though. Hey, Jay and Jordan, we do a good job on this show from warning people. We told y'all Denver as double-digit favorites right now? Nah. Houston on the road as double-digit favorites? Nah. And not only did they not cover, both of them lost straight up. So let's try to get to this money again today, man.
Exactly. Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it, but my guy Junior said it for me, man. What's up, Jordan? Everything good with you? How was your holidays?
Good holidays. Still trying to recover from the food coma that I was self-induced into the last 2 days, but doing pretty good. I hit a nice went 1-1 on my plays. I did the opposite of Junior. I went Bucks first half, Sixers plus 3.5 full game. So yeah, I kind of was in a similar boat to you, man. I feel you on that one, but yeah, I can't believe you guys didn't say anything about the Clippers beating the Lakers. I know that last sequence was a little bit questionable, but I think the right call was made in the end. But yeah, yesterday I think was definitely the highlight. I think was Philadelphia beating the Bucks, because I agree with you guys. I don't think the Sixers really they haven't convinced me that they can win the East. What they have convinced me as is they've kind of put forth a blueprint of how other teams are going to start trying to guard Giannis. They're going to put their most athletic big man on him and just sag off of him the entire time and just kind of meet him at the rim, and let him shoot, because he's going to have more nights like Christmas than he did where the other night where he hit like 6 threes or whatever it was. So that was the most telling thing I think I saw yesterday outside of the Clippers beating the Lakers. But yeah, that Denver loss was pretty bad too. I don't know, man. That I think we've been trending we've been trending down on Denver, I think, on this show for a while now. So I think that may have just put the icing on the cake for that one. But yeah, overall yesterday went 1-1 on my play. Hit a nice Ivica Zubac prop. Every time he plays a really big team, he's going to get the minutes. That's my favorite prop when they play a team like that. So yeah, overall pretty good day. Not great, but definitely enjoyed the food and ready to get back to this regular week schedule here.
Exactly. Yeah, it was a pretty good day yesterday, man. Pretty good day. And I'm with Junior, and you said something key there that I want to touch on real quick, man. Guys, when you have a play that stuck in your head or something, or you really like something, don't let nobody talk you off your play, man. I mean, I can see if maybe it's some injury news or something like that coming out, but if everything is really laying out like you think it is, and just at the last minute, don't go off from yourself. I mean, I did the same thing. I all night I was saying I'm finna slam the Celtics, and I still slammed them, but I'm talking about I was about to, like, literally, you know what I'm saying, 3 times. I know you ain't supposed to, but I really had a good feeling about this one. I mean, I had my Celtics team. I told y'all I was gonna be bleeding green, have my Celtics team on everything. It was, I mean, they got down 10-0, and I'm like, man, really? I was glad that they came out and got smacked in the mouth like that, because then they call that timeout. All right, we woke up, wipe sleep out your eyes. All right, it's go time now. Went on with like a 17-2 run, and I said, okay, this is the Celtics. So they did exactly what they're supposed to, and I kind of got off. I mean, I was going to smack. I'm talking about like $2,000 type stuff is what I was going to put on the Celtics, and I end up staying off of it. A lot of my guys are saying Raptors supposed to 4, take the Raptors supposed to 4. I'm like, man, I don't care. I'm still taking the Celtics. Still took them for 6, but it's cool. too, man. I was finna lay the hammer down on it. Still pissed that I didn't, but still ended up getting the cash yesterday. Glad I laid off the 76ers. I told y'all in the first quarter, you could tell the 76ers came out, and I knew that the home court advantage was just gonna be a little bit too much in there. And in Philly, on Christmas Day, I knew that a lot of people was gonna do the talking. Maybe Philly, people that was calling the 76ers better or number one team in the East. Now no, that was just a bad game from Giannis with 0-6, 0 from 7 from 3-point land. I mean, you could tell he was just flustered the whole game. I mean, they rattled him. Yeah, and B was playing some damn good defense on him. They did, but at the end of the day, I still think the Bucks are better than them. The 76ers end up winning that game. I'm glad. Next time in Milwaukee, they're gonna smack the 76ers. I guarantee you. The Rockets. We told you guys there's no way that I was gonna, and I even said that. I mean, I thought that they should win. And tell you guys, I don't take teams last game in a road trip. It's just not. Either I'm gonna bet against them or I'm not betting the game whatsoever. I don't care what the mismatch is like. There's a play that Harden when he just like walking up the court. He wasn't even in the play whatsoever. Everybody else touched the ball except for him. He wasn't even in the game, man. That's surprising whatsoever. That's the Rockets. If you laid the 10-11 with them, I'm praying for you. I really am. I couldn't see the words win that game straight up, but when I'm looking at my phone, so I went to the movies on this game. I wasn't even worried about it. I went to go see Uncut Gems, man. Damn good movie. Couldn't believe he got shot in the head there, lady. That's pretty crazy. But anyway, Lakers, yeah. I took the Lakers. I'll be straight up honest with you. I took small. I smashed the Celtics, but I took the Lakers, man. Small play. Was still pissed. They was up 8 late in that game. Still pissed away. I mean, the Clippers are the better team, but I saw everybody slamming early. I mean, I still think that the Lakers, even LeBron getting hit in their groin or not, man, I still think that the Lakers, it was a nice little revenge spot. They just let it go. I mean, obviously Kawhi and PG are much better. LeBron, he's up there in age right now. They still don't have nobody stop AD. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Clippers still don't have an answer for Anthony Davis, and I mean, they're going to have more meetings, man. Lakers probably not as good all around, not a good defensively. They should have got that game last night, though. It's all good. Pelicans beat the Nuggets straight up, man. We told you guys. Let's get to today, man. Let's get to today. First game of the day, man. A lot of people not gonna like it, and I love when I say that. Going against everybody. I'm getting back to my favorites. Going away from these dogs. Trendy dogs here. Trendy dogs, and I love it. A lot of people probably gonna like the Wizards here. You see, 52% of the public like the Wizards here. All the money, a lot of the money right now is on the Pistons, and for good reason. As long as Blake and Drummond gonna play in this game, you gotta remember. Last game, I smashed the Wizards, getting the points in this same spot, same type of point spread. Blake and Drummond ruled out late. Oh, okay, I'll hop on the Wizards. They beat them 2 times already this season. Double revenge game. Give me the Pistons today, minus the 6.5. They're going to have everybody except for Kennard back. They got Wood or D Rose, Griffin back last game. They shook off the little rust. They back today. Wizards still dealing with a lot of injuries, man. I'm glad they won versus Knicks. A lot of people forget about the injuries like they did versus Raptors yesterday. This is the game that's going to catch up with them. Double revenge. Give me the Pistons. No answer whatsoever for Drummond. They lost 4 or 5 straight games. They're going to win this one, man. I got a money line parlay for you guys tonight as well. Any quick thoughts on this game, Jordan?
Yeah, I do. The sides of this game just scare the crap out of me, both of them. I mean, obviously we know about all the Wizards injuries. IT2 still suspended in the second game of his suspension tonight, but the Pistons, I think there's a couple question marks. One, they're going to get enough shooting without Kennard. And is Bruce Brown going to play? Because I think Bruce Brown is almost as important, even if it may be more important than Kennard, simply for the fact that he's going to be the guy that's going to be locked on Bradley Beal all night tonight. If he's not in there, I'd be very, very scared about Detroit minus the points right now. Still think they'll win, so I think the parlay is safe just because, like you said, Blake and Drummond, there's going to be no answer for these guys. But I think getting into that, I think the defense is going to be absolutely atrocious for both of these teams. We know Washington struggles to play defense. They obviously play at one of the fastest paces in the league, and Detroit actually plays a little bit faster at home. Not only that, their defense has actually been one of the worst in the leagues in the first half. They're 23rd in defense in the first half. Washington's dead last. I know there's a lot of guys out here for Washington that can score. That much is evident, but they still have some talent on the offensive end. They're getting some contributions from the guys I think you wouldn't suspect. Plus, they also get Jordan McRae back tonight, which is huge for that offense. Ton of points tonight in the first half of this one. The first 2 times that they met, easily over 120 points in the first half. I think we get it for the third time. I'm over 117.5 on this one, on the first half.
Yeah, the Pistons. Yeah, and the Pistons have had one of the worst defense in the past 5 games. They have played last 5 games. They played the Wizards, and like I say, that was with no Griffin and no Drummond in that spot. A bunch of players been out as well. They've been, dealing with a lot of injuries. They played Toronto and Boston. You can't blame them for those couple losses. They're damn good defensive teams. Only put up 93 against them. Played Philly in the last game. Obviously, you can't hurt them. I mean, that's 3 really good teams. The game versus the Bulls, they were up by 6 at the half at that one. And then obviously the Bulls showing flexing their defense in the second half of that one. D Rose wasn't in that game as well. So I mean, the Pistons missed a bunch of pieces. They hadn't looked well in these last 5 games. I think they're gonna get it together in this one. Like I said, they just lost to the Wizards without Griffin and Drummond. As long as they back tonight, I'm pretty sure they are. Obviously, we're gonna need Bruce Brown as well. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be back in there as well tonight, man. I can't say I'm always weary of taking overs after Christmas Day games, especially after everybody all fat and full. Junior, you already know how that is. How you feeling today? A lot of these players might be the same way. The unders. I'm not saying I'm on the under in this game, but the totals getting hit, man, on the under in the Wizards and the Pistons game. But my guy Jordan said he liking the first half over. I'm just liking the Pistons in this spot. Like I said, I know a lot of people not gonna like it, and they would say, "Hey, Wizards are nothing." But me in this game, I'm on the Pistons, laying the points with them, and I'm pretty confident in it. What you thinking in this spot, Junior?
Yeah, I was actually I kind of like Jordan's look on that first half over. The Wizards are averaging 124 points a game in 2 meetings with the Pistons. You got to figure the Pistons are going to score a little bit higher than their home average. They average 110 points a game at home. I figured that they're probably good for about $120 here. The reason why I'm not on the Pistons full game, to be honest with you, is that I'm just a bit worried about the Luke Kennard factor. I just think that a team that doesn't have too many playmakers, once they lose one of their key playmakers, that kind of takes me off the side. And the fact that they're what are they on, like a 4-game losing streak, 5-game losing? They've lost quite a few games in a row. Let me just double check that. They've lost 5 in a row now. That being said, I understand where you're coming from, Jay, with your spot, because the Wizards are on the end of a 4-game road trip. I know they had the day off yesterday, but that day off probably included a lot of food. These are millionaires. You know they ate well. So they probably ate pretty good yesterday. Could be a little bit fat. I'm staying the hell away from this game, but if I had a free play, I would be interested in Jordan's first half over, because I think that this game is going to be played at a very high pace, similar to the games that we've seen previously between these two teams. They've already played. This is the 3rd matchup already this season between these teams, and that seems to be the established pattern that you're getting like 220, 230 plus in these matchups.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't have a play on the over. Like I say, I can't say look at the card. There's not one road team that I like, and there's not one over that I like. There's not. It's just there's something that I know with me personally. I know after Christmas Day games, I usually look towards the under. That's just something that I look towards. It's just something I feel like is a little bit favorable. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, people might be eating. Hey, maybe even had a few drinks last night. Yo, it was a day off yesterday. Then nobody had no damn practice yesterday. Everybody up laying. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the teams that didn't play yesterday, they watching the teams that did. Up, hey, eating. Hey, probably went to the garage a few times. Never know what happened, man. Let's get to this other game. We got the Knicks versus the Nets here, man. Knicks, man. Hey, people Achilles shit hurt. Taj Gitter, you still sick, bro? Or what? Are you coming to play today? I mean, man, look, bro. I don't even want to talk about these damn Knicks, man. Do y'all have a play on this game? You got any look on this game? I know the Nets. You follow them closely, Junior. Any look towards on this one?
No, I'm staying away from this too. I don't like this game at all. I mean, listen, I only have 2 plays and they're both on the same game. So I'm just going to warn people that I'm going to say the same thing over and over. I just don't like any of these games really, but this game specifically, I just don't see any kind of an advantage. -8, it's just too many points, man. I think that, so other than DeAndre Jordan and Jared Allen, if you look at the Nets front line, I don't think they match up too well inside with those guys. So, and then hear me out for a second. So those two will never play on the court at the same time. It's always one or the other, right? So you always have one of them and then basically 4 guards on the court. The Knicks usually tend to play pretty big. They mix and match between Randall. I know you mentioned these like Gibson maybe not playing and Morris and all these guys, but if all their guys are there and all their guys are playing, I think it's just a funky matchup for Brooklyn. And I really, really put a lot of stock in the fact that because the Knicks are the number 1 offensive team in the league, if the game is close towards the end, I've watched it happen. They're going to get a bunch of random offensive rebound putbacks, get some easy baskets, and F up your spread. So as far as I'm concerned, it's just too many points to lay with Brooklyn. As good as they've looked, if I was, if you put a gun to my head and told me I had to make a play on this game, I guess I would consider the under 224 seems a lot for a Brooklyn game right now. The way that they're playing defense, their defense has been the one constant for this team over the past month. So if I had to make a play, it would be the under 224.5. I think it's gone down to 224 now, though, in most shops.
No, and that's what I'm wondering. So it opened at 221 and got bid up 224. I'm wondering what the hell's going on? Why does everybody like the over in this spot? The past 7 games in this the past 7 meetings have went under the total. They already played twice this year. One of them, the first one went 113-109, the second one 103-101. So I mean, we know that the Knicks aren't a great offensive team. They had to be facing a team like the Wizards for a team that for their total to go over, in my opinion. Another team like the Nets, I know they've been second, third in pace the past 5 games, but I still don't see the Nets as like a great offensive team. I mean, they've been playing teams like the Hawks. A lot of times where you look at pace, you got to look at the teams they're playing as well. And the last game, man, the Hawks was on the Nets' ass. I mean, I remember that game. And then the Nets end up pulling it out, and then last in the late seconds, they end up covering that game. But through 3 quarters, they didn't look good whatsoever, man. I can't say. I mean, them other 2 games when they was playing the Knicks, that's when they were playing even much worse than they are now. I'm still pissed off from the last game. I mean, they just gave that game away for. They didn't want to win that game, as my guy Jordan said. But I mean, obviously, this is an in-town rivalry. They're getting 8 points here. I don't know why people betting it up from 7 to 8. I mean, the public would do whatever. You really can't go with where, you know what I'm saying, the line is going. You just have to go with what you like. Sometimes people be betting it up for you. You like the Knicks, hey, you might get an 8.5 by game time here. You keep going up. So the way that the Knicks had kept it within 4 points, lost by 4 the first time, lost by 2 the second time. That's when they was even more terrible. So we'll see. Dennis Smith Jr. ruled out tonight, but I mean, he hadn't been playing much as well. Hadn't been playing as much while Mike Miller been the coach. So we'll see tonight. I am leaning towards the Knicks. Like my guy Jr. said, there's a lot of points. This is a ugly, man. It's crazy why the total going. I'm liking the under this, man. The past 7 meets it went under. What you thinking, Jordan?
Yeah, I think there's 2 key factors in this game that we have to consider. One, like you guys were talking about, if you leave out the last 5 games for both of these teams, this is an absolute smash under spot. But then you look at the last 5 games and see how fast the Knicks been playing faster too over the last 5 games. And then, of course, the Knicks play 0 defense. And so you factor all those things in, and it's like, okay, well, maybe it's not such a great under spot. I agree with you guys, though. I think the steam going north on this one is the wrong direction. If I had to make a play on this game, I would definitely lean towards the full game under. I want to point on my second point, though, which I think might actually lead to a play for me, because I think I'm going to lay off this game entirely if Marcus Morris plays. But if he sits again, I think I'm going to hit the Nets first half here. The Knicks have one of the worst first half offenses in the league. They're averaging only about 100.4 points per 100 possessions in the first half on the road. You take out Marcus Morris, that's going to go south even more. And the Nets have been actually very good in defense, and I think especially against this Knicks team that's already struggles to score, and at home, I think they have a top 10 first half defense. So they got, and the steam's already hit it a little bit. It's gone from 3.5 to 4.5. So I still wouldn't mind it as long as it doesn't get to 5 before I get to it. If Morris is ruled out, but I think like you guys might be onto something though with the under here. If you look at like the divisional games between these 2 teams that they've played against not only each other but against the other teams in the Atlantic Division, been extremely slow paced and really good defense and not a whole lot of offense. I think the Knicks are still averaging only about 100 points per 100 possessions in their divisional games. Nets only about 104 and only giving up about 100. So I mean, like, yeah, you're looking at actually, I think, an opportunity here. The total is giving you potentially a little bit extra value here and has gone too high, and I think you could see it go back down here before game time. So I don't know if Morris hits, I might hit Nets first half and I might hit the under, to be honest, because I'm sitting here talking to myself into it right now, and if you guys like it, I might jump on it as well.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, they definitely been picking up the pace. I know the Nets have. That was the main thing I looked at the past 5. Let's see what I see y'all in the chat talking about I see what y'all tell you. The Nets number 4, which that's what I go to use my stats, man. I mean, you can go to let's see, a couple of these I got pulled up here. You can go to teamrankings.com. You can go to NBA.com for stats, or you can just go to Google, type in advanced stats. I'm sure it's all type of shit you can look at these days, but you could just go to NBA.com and go to advanced stats. I mean, whatever you're looking for, it's all there. Between there and teamrankings.com, if you just do your research, man, you can find whatever on the internet these days. A lot of people in the chat liking the Nets, man. A lot of people, they liking Nets. What somebody, King Capo say, well, King Kevin say right. Knicks want to lose. My guy PG says nice shirt. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I try my best, man. My mama got this shirt for me, but y'all know what's going on, man. Jordan team. We finna get to my guy Luca in a sec signing with. Hey, you tell me, call my boy Luke go to the game. Hey, bro. That's another thing. Hey, we gotta go to that game tonight too versus Spurs. Hey, Luca. Hey, bro, hook me up a pair of J's. Bro, I wear size 11. Hey, this is my email. You know what I'm saying? You shoot it to me. I stay right around the corner. Ain't too much. You take care of me one time. I got Luca signed with Jordan team. You know what I'm saying? I can't say. Initially, I did like the Mavs in this spot, man. Mavs versus Spurs tonight. Got the line opened up at what 5.5. Got bet up, man, to 6.5, 7 with the Luka news. Man, everybody knew he gonna come back. I'm just telling y'all, telling before we went on with the show that these lines makers put the line out knowing that the player gonna come back. They wouldn't have had them 4.5, had them 5.5 versus the Spurs without them. I'm telling you guys, especially the way the Spurs been playing lately. It's an in-state rivalry. So he gonna come back. Then they shoot it up to 7, 6.5. Come on, man. It's getting a little too out there. I don't really like taking, you know what I'm saying, when the main player come back in, because then they throw all sorts, you know what I'm saying, everybody out sorts. They coming off a terrible loss though, man. I mean, they was up 30 in the fourth quarter versus the Raptors and let them piss away. I know Carlisle, man, knowing him, he might have made them boys practice on Christmas. Hey, y'all come in for a couple hours, man, run some sprints or something after y'all just got y'all ass buzzed like that, man. I put the Mavs in the money line parlay. I can't tell you I didn't lay the 6.5 with them, man. It's tough because especially I didn't even get a chance to get the 5, so I really missed out. Luka gonna come back tonight. I think they finna beat up on the Spurs, man. Yeah, they look good last time. Put up 145 versus Grizzlies. I was on the Spurs, but this is a different animal right here, man. And the Spurs been whooping up on us lately the past 2 years. It's our time now. I told my girl, hey. Mavs, I told her this summer, Mavs gonna be killing the Spurs every game now. And hey, now we already did it one time this year and beat them by 7. Let's bust them up again, man. I think we finna get this dub. I don't like that Luka coming in shaking off some rest though, laying points here. What's your thoughts in this game, Jordan?
Yeah, this is that one game where I haven't touched anything, just because I think you see Luka's going to come back, and that's obvious. But I also think that like you said, like I think it was the first thing you said to us when we, or you said to me at least when we jumped on here before we went live, was that the value is already gone, because I think that Luka coming back is already baked into this line that we're looking at right now. So I mean, if you did like the Mavs and you see it like if you did like the Spurs, excuse me, and you see this trending upward once we get a confirmation later tonight that Luka's going to come back, you're probably going to get some extra value. But I agree with you. I'm not quite sure either side I like of this game. I think the total is also pretty sharp with Luka coming back at 226.5. So this is one of those games that I might be just end up staying away from and watching the return of the GOAT, Luka Doncic, tonight. What about you, Junior?
I have no official play on this game either. I was kind of interested in the first quarter -2. Crowd momentum. They're going to be a little bit excited. I think that the Mavericks have shown enough while Luka was gone that even if he's a bit rusty, they can still cover 2 points in the first quarter. Especially because of the kind of player Luka is. I think that he has enough of a basketball IQ that if he comes out and he sees that he's a little bit off, he'll probably defer to his teammates. He's one of the few high usage rating guys that's not a hog. Like a lot of these guys that have high usage ratings. Like I love when people argue with me on Twitter that, can't you see that Russell Westbrook has averaged over 10 assists a game several times? Yeah, this dude always has the ball, bro. He always has the ball. He's bound to get some assists at some point. He always has the damn ball. Luka is more of a guy who, the team, it goes through him a lot, but just really watch how he plays. He'll move the ball early in the shot clock and then eventually get it back. That's why his usage rating is so high, because he actually ends up bailing his team out of possession. So I think that this -2 could be worth a look, but I just don't like the unknown of such a big impact player coming back into the lineup, what that's going to do to the rest of the guys. We saw what happened in Toronto when they got some of their big names back. Obviously, I'm not comparing those guys to Luka, but I'm just saying when you bring back a ball-dominant player into a lineup, it kind of throws things out of whack a little bit. So I kind of just want to wait and see how they look.
Exactly. A lot of people in the chat saying Mavs roll. Yeah, I like that first quarter bit. Junior, I actually do like that first quarter bit with you there. Let's see. Marcus won't adjust fast enough. You crazy. They'll take this shit off the board real quick. Marcelo, I'm gonna look into Kristaps rebound props. I could definitely see that. Steve Overlay, what's up, M fam? Luca back, right? Yep, he is. Tasha said every time she bet on the Spurs, she lose, man. You must didn't take them with me the other day. Mustn't take them with me, man. They probably took the Grizzlies. Everybody on them boys. Let's get to this next game, man. OKC versus Grizzlies. My guy Junior told me he got to play on this one, man. So I'm gonna let it go to my guy Junior here. Gallinari got ruled out for OKC there. I know when I was looking at this game, I want to know how OKC would rebound versus that huge win versus the Clippers. It'll be interesting to see here. I mean, I know that the Grizzlies have been playing well lately, but I still think that OKC's a better team. These teams just played, though. I mean, the Grizzlies was up on them. OKC had to come back from, 24, 26 points. So we'll see here. This is a revenge game with the Grizzlies. They're getting points again. They just showed OKC they come out there and smack them. It'll be interesting to see it. Way I'm looking at it, I could only take the Grizzlies in this one. What you thinking, Junior?
Yeah, I memean, my play originally, so my first play, my official play was over the 225. And then I decided to throw on the Thunder -6. I didn't know that Gallinari was going to be out when I made that play, so I'm not loving that play as much as I was obviously this morning. That being said, I think that the way that Oklahoma City has gone about their business has me thinking that the over is the play here. You know, the Grizzlies are number 4 in the NBA in pace, so they're always looking to run up and down. But the Thunder, though, in their last 5 games, they're up there in offensive rating. I believe they're 4th or 5th in the league in offensive rating in the last 5 games. So I just think that they're in a really good groove right now. And as a matter of fact, during that same span, the Grizzlies are 8th in the league in offensive rating. So these are two teams that are clicking 5th and 8th in offensive rating over the last 5. The last time that they played, it was a high-scoring game. I just think that the way that the Thunder are going about their business right now, this plays towards the over. As far as the -6, I'm obviously not as confident about that without Gallinari, but there's nothing I can do about that at this point, so I'm going to ride with it. I might have to touch a little bit of live action in this game, see how they start off without Danilo.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a big thing for me because, like I said, that last game, they started off terrible. So it'll be interesting to see if they come out and be like, you know what, we started off terrible versus last time took them lightly. See if they actually come out and play for real this time. And like you say, yeah, the overs went over last 5 games, 5-0 last 5 games for the Thunder. And it's hit, 5 of the last 6 over for the Grizzlies there. So you definitely could be onto something. They just gave up 145 to the Spurs. So you definitely could be onto something with that over there and that one, Junior. What you thinking in this spot, Jordan?
Yeah, if you look at the Grizzlies, they're one of those Jekyll and Hyde teams when they go from the FedEx Forum in Memphis to being out on the road, and I think this is a perfect example of where you're going to find some value with them tonight. I like Junior's play on this on the over. I think that the first half is actually even a better value than the full game, even though the full game's starting to come down. This was obviously with Gallinari assumed in, but even with him out, the first half, I think, is an even safer play, and you're going to get some value at 109 right now. It's less than half of the full game total, which is another thing I look for when I look at these pace teams. Memphis is playing at one of the fastest first half paces in the entire league at 105.5. And like you guys said, the last time these two teams played, it was up in pace, and OKC was forced to play at Memphis' style. And I think they're going to try to do that again because even though OKC is not a bad defensive team, Memphis just has some really bad matchups for them, and it starts really down low with Jackson Jr. and Valanciunas against Adams. And now without Gallinari, they're going to have an undersized 4 now playing for them as well. So this game really, I think, screams pace, and I think that also plays towards the Grizzlies here in the first half with Gallinari. Before Gallinari was ruled out, I got it at 3.5. Now it's down to 3 and 2.5 now, which I'm not as excited about it, but I still think there is some value here just because Memphis has been one of the best first half teams offensively in the entire league over the last 5 games. They're averaging 122, almost 23 points per 100 possessions in the first half. So their offense is clicking. Coincidentally, also, not only that, but the like Junior said, the OKC offense has been really good in the first half of late, and their defense hasn't been that great either in those games. So this is, I think, not only trending towards the hot offense, but against a defense that's trending in the wrong direction lately. So with Gallinari out too, I think that leads towards the Grizzlies in the first half against the spread too. So I like the over 109 and Grizzlies plus the points in the first half.
Right, yeah, I could definitely see it. I could definitely see it, man. Let's get to this next game. Yeah, and I know when I know that the Grizzlies did come out there and smack them the last time in the first half, man. So definitely be some to look at, especially in the revenge spot. Like I say, it'd be interesting to see if OKC comes out like, oh, okay, the last time we took them lightly, this time we're gonna take it serious, or they have a huge letdown off that big win versus the Clippers and let the Grizzlies get out to a lead again and don't have a huge comeback. Because like I say, they had back-to-back games where they had to come back from 26 and 24. So I mean, it'll be crazy. You can't keep doing that, bro. You can't, especially not when you're a better team. It's good to see that you can come back from down 20, but do you want to keep doing that? I mean, come on now, man. It take a lot of energy. It take a lot of energy, man. But let's get to this next game, man. Kings versus the Timberwolves. Man, what the Timberwolves got going on? What's going on with Karl Anthony Towns? I mean, say his team's already looking at him. Shit, man. Is he giving him calls? Is he going OBJ over there? Hey, come get me, man. Hey, I don't want my knee hurt over here, man. I'm lipping around. I hit it on the corner table, coffee table at the house, man. My knee hurt. I don't want to play for y'all no more, man. Y'all sorry. Get me up out of here. If Towns don't play tonight, man, got to smash the Kings. Absolutely have to. Maybe the time is now, because if he's ruled out, then y'all know how it go. Kings up to 6.5. Y'all know how it is, man. But you like the Kings, take them now, man. It's a possibility he could come back. I still don't think that he's healthy though. I mean, especially if you got a sprained knee. Then trust him, bro. You want to take your time with that. You want to mess around having no torn ACL or something like that. But quite frankly, I don't think that he want to play for them no more. To be honest with you, the team's sorry. They're not showing a whole lot of fight. I mean, with an injury, you kind of take a little longer to get that injury back right when your team's sorry. You know what I'm saying? I like the Kings. The Kings haven't been playing well either, man. I'm not in a hurry to, get with them, but they are coming back to the house. Obviously, the first game back, they was facing the Rockets. Played a good game overall, but that was a revenge spot for the Rockets. They weren't finna take their L once again. It was the first game coming back after their 4-game road trip. So, got their feet wet a little bit. Fox came back in a few games. They got Bagley back. We'll see tonight from the Kings, man. They kind of look like the Suns. Started off super hot. Now they starting to falter. Or, no, they started off super hot. Started out terrible. Got hot for a while. Y'all know what I mean. ATS for a while. They was hot as a firecracker there for a second. Now they cooling off now and lost their 4 straight games. In my opinion, I just think it's a get right spot, man, versus the Timberwolves. I mean, they don't really look like they got a whole lot of fight there. Like I said, if they did, I feel like then they could have went out there and beat the Warriors. I think that was a winnable game for them, and didn't show a whole lot of fight. Still no cat in this one. I think the Kings gonna blast them and get right, man. What you thinking, Junior?
I actually want to go to a little bit of a Luke Walton rant because we haven't had one of those in a while.
Let's go.
You were pretty heavy on those in the beginning of the season, and I wasn't really with you, but I'm starting to get annoyed by Luke Walton. Why is Marvin Bagley playing 24 minutes a game, bro? He's been back for 8 games now. It's been a couple weeks now. Marvin Bagley's played 24 minutes. Yo, let's be serious around here, bro. He played 25 minutes a game as a rookie, and now he's playing 24 minutes a game in his second season. Stop the nonsense, Luke Walton. Get Marvin Bagley in the damn game. Your team is not good, bro. What do you like? Yeah, can somebody here explain to me why he's not playing?
You almost said Bill.
What?
Look, Junior, you almost said Bill. Why his daddy be on some most stuff, man. I think he went out there to the garage with his dad, man, because his daddy be on some most stuff, bro. And I don't know why he still got a job. Why they still even let him talk all this stuff on TV, bro? How does Bill Walton still got a job, bro? That's the real money right there. I don't understand.
Yo, Bill Walton says some. If you watch UCLA games, he says some of the most outlandish shit you could ever hear on a basketball broadcast.
Yeah, no, I've heard him, man. But sorry to cut you off, man. Yeah, but he is his dad's son. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, listen. Until he figures out this rotation, I don't like. There's so many things I don't like about this team. These are 2 teams, first of all, trending in the wrong direction. For me to try to say I have an angle in this game, I would just be lying to you, bro. I don't know what the hell is going on with these teams. The Kings are exactly the same team that on the road as they are at home. The Timberwolves, man, maybe Jimmy Butler is onto something. Like they got 2 really, really young. I'm not gonna say superstars, but 2 young stars. Don't matter. They can't get wins. They can't get consistency. They can't. There's nothing positive about the Minnesota Timberwolves right now. Nothing at all. And that doesn't make any sense with the talent that they have on that team. You
Exactly.
know, how long is Ryan Saunders going to get the pass because of his dad? Is he ever going to get
Not much
fired?
longer.
These are just two
Not much
teams that,
longer.
if you
Unless
ask
they're
me, give
tanking.
me a reason to bet on either one of these teams, I honest to God don't have one. I just don't.
Yeah, not much longer. I mean, I can't say, even aside from their coach, the Kings have showed us. I mean, especially ATS love, not even winning games. I'm talking about underdogs stand close in games for us betters. I mean, they showed something there for a little spurt. Went like 15-2 ATS for a little, you know what I'm saying, for a little spurt there. So they were treating us well. I mean, like obviously the coaching can be bad. The players still got to go out there and do something. I mean, I'm with you on that Bagley. He definitely need more minutes tonight. These are games where we'll see, man. We'll see tonight if the Kings. Will, these are the games that we'll see if the Timberwolves just don't care. I mean, because they could keep it close with the Kings if they wanted to. We'll see if they're tanking and just absolutely don't care. You say with the coach and being the son, yeah. Hey, we know your dad passed away. We're gonna give you coach. You know what I'm saying? Woo woo. Hey, if they're tanking, then they'll be a sign. They just gonna leave him in there and just let them, you know what I'm saying, go with it. But just let the losses pile up. They saying it's not bothering them, then they don't care, man. That's the scary thing about Timberwolves. They actually have a nice team. They have veterans on this team. They have players that are supposed to be defensive players on this team, as Robin Covington. They're not playing defense. They don't care right now, man. So that's not a buy sign for me. If anything, I still think the Kings are fighting a little bit. I mean, it's been tough for them these past 4 games. We'll see, especially at the house. Come back here, like I say, especially with the holidays. I definitely think it favors the home teams. Like I told you guys, there's not one road. The Knicks probably the only team that I would probably say on the road that I would be looking towards today. Just with this travel and you know what I'm saying. Already you've been on the road. The holidays time was just Chris yesterday. I just figured the home teams have a little bit more of an edge, in my opinion. I think so. I think that the Kings are going to be the right side today, man. Especially if Towns don't play. I have to smash the Kings. It is what it is. If they don't cover, it is what it is. But you see money coming in on them already. It was 4.5 up to 5. Now the Timberwolves are absolutely bet against right now. It's just that simple. The Warriors, y'all couldn't even beat the Warriors, bro. So I think the Kings are gonna give them more of a fight than the Warriors did. Coming back to the house off some losses, they better get right here, or they never will, in my opinion. And it's just that simple. Let's get to the last game. Or Jordan, did you have something to say about this game, Timberwolves versus Kings?
Yeah. I'll be real quick though. I just wanted to build on something you guys were talking about with both teams. I'm not ready to quite write off the Kings just yet. I do agree with you. Luke Walton needs to figure out his rotation because Marvin Bagley needs to be playing 30+ minutes, and this is a guy who's buried Harry Giles on his bench too, who's also supremely talented, who's not been getting any run under Luke Walton. So, but yeah, I agree with Jay. I think if Cat's rolled out again, you got to smash the Kings tonight, and I think you're going to see that line still jump up. That's one where I don't think the value's baked in. But I want to touch on the Wolves here, as we've talked about on this show before, and I'm going to go ahead and say it again. They're greasing those treads, baby. The tank is on. They've already been talking about trading Robert Covington for weeks, and they're probably looking at themselves and looking around the room after losing, 11 in a row and 14 of their last 17. And saying, why don't we just parlay throwing Karl Anthony Towns out there on the trade market too and trying to see what we can get. That's why his knee's been hurting him so long, is because they're probably working behind the scenes right now to see what they can get for him. A team like Boston, something like that, somebody's going to go all in for those two pieces automatically. It's automatic for Danny Ainge right now. I almost guarantee they've had calls about Karl Anthony Towns and Robert Covington. So, yeah, definitely a game probably laying off of. Might go with the under, though, if Cat sits out. I don't know yet. Still thinking about that, but definitely thinking the Kings, too, are the side if he's ruled out as well.
That shit, it ain't gonna be fair if that boy go to the Celtics. Depending on who they give up over there, obviously ain't gonna be no Brown or Tatum, nobody. I know Kim Walker. Hey,
I don't know,
it ain't
man.
Gonna be pretty.
I don't know.
It ain't gonna be
One of those
pretty.
pieces would have to be included in that deal.
They don't want to see that. Yeah, I'm telling you. I mean, Karl Anthony Towns is a superstar. He's made the All-Star team before as well. I mean, Wiggins could. I mean, Wiggins playing a little better this year. You know, trying to look like a star, but Towns is a superstar. I'm telling you, you get on the right team. I'm telling you, that boy can be unstoppable type, just like an Anthony Davis type player, man. I'm telling you, that boy.
That's Joel Embiid's worst nightmare for Karl Anthony Towns to be on the Celtics.
What? Yeah, no.
Think about that
man.
just a minute, y'all.
They'll smack the 76ers. Let's get to this last game, man. We're going to have to – I could do a whole other show on that. I can't wait till they move them somewhere. I'm just going to be smashing the Timberwolves. Timberwolves going to get smashed. I don't mind when teams tanking, man. You just bet against them, man. You just bet against them. It is what it is. But you still have those spots. Let's get to the last game, man. We got the Trailblazers versus the Jazz. Last game, man, it didn't surprise me one bit that the Pelicans beat the Blazers. It didn't surprise me one bit so ever, man. They're top heavy. They got two guys, man. They're 1-5 ATS last 6 games as an underdog. If they're not at the house, the Blazers don't really have a whole. You know what I'm saying? There's their main thing. They need a home court advantage or something to get Dame and CJ going. Other than that, I mean, yeah, Whiteside hadn't been too bad. I'm just not a fan of Blazers, bro. I'm not. Yeah, they won 4 straight games before they lost to the Pelicans. I'm not. Those are against bottom feeders, man. Bottom feeders. I'm not a fan of this Blazers team. And you look at the Jazz, man. They starting to play lately. I know on the road they're a different team, but even on the road, the past 3 games they just didn't cover 3 straight road games. Lost versus the Hawks. That was just because of Rudy Gobert and I was on the Hawks, so I appreciate y'all for doing that. But other than that, you look at the Jazz past his games. Boys been balling 4-2 ATS, 5-1 straight up. And come back to the house now. Get some home cooking, man. Like I say, they need Conley. Get on somewhere, man. We play better without you anyway. I think it's a reasonable spread tonight, man. I hadn't bet it, but the only way I could look towards this one is the Jazz, man. I'm not a bet. I mean, if Dame Lillard or CJ don't both go off for 30, and look, this is a double revenge spot as well. Past 2 times they faced the Blazers. I know the last game that Dame had 36 and CJ had 30, and they smacked the Jazz up. Are they going to remember that? I mean, like I say, it's going to be a tough environment, them coming here with not a whole lot of offense facing this Jazz team who they've been starting to lock up here lately they've been playing well, man. They've been playing real well. Now I see why that spread was at 4.5 versus the Heat. Junior, they was in that game all the way to the end. The boys starting to seem like they trying to turn the corner here at the house. And like I say, y'all can bet the Blazers you want. I think they're a bet against right now, man, especially when Rodney Hood went down. What's your thoughts on this game, Jordan?
Yeah, be real quick because I know we got to get out of here. But this is another game where I was kind of looking at the divisional opponents, and so far we've had a small sample size of games between divisional opponents, about 5 to 10 games, depending on what the division you're looking at. This one is another one where there's only been about 5 and 6 games against divisional opponents for these two teams. But it's once again where you're seeing lower scoring and slower pace. I mean, both teams are playing at a pace of less or at or less than 100 against divisional games. Also playing pretty good defense. The Jazz have been starting to play really good defense, but their offense hasn't really been clicking against divisional opponents. Same with the Blazers. We obviously know they're a horrible defensive team and still pretty average, slightly above average offensive team, but both those numbers drop against divisional opponents. So it's just one of those where I'm kind of playing the numbers a little bit, leaning towards the first half under playing this one, but I haven't locked anything in yet. It looks like the full game total's gone down a point since it opened, and I think the first half is starting to trend that direction too. So if I see a little more evidence of that, I may jump on the first half under this one. So far, just a lean right now, so I'm not quite sure. But since it's a late game, I usually wait a little while to see how my night's looking before I see if I'm going to jump on any of the games that are leans right now as of this afternoon.
Exactly. What are your leans for today, Jordan? What's your official plays of the day?
Yeah, let me wrap it up for you real quick. I got Washington and Detroit over 117.5 first half. I got the Grizzlies plus 3.5 first half, and the over in the first half of that one, 109.5. And then I'm leaning towards the under in the 2 late games, depending on cat status. In the first half, the 2 late games, depending on cat status. And then if I see a little more steam in that Portland-Utah first half, I may jump on that one as well on the under.
I like it, man. We got 315 in here. Y'all hit the like button, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. What you got, Junior? What you got on this Jazz and Portland spot, man? You taking the Blazers here plus the 5.5, plus the 6?
I'm trying to figure out why anybody is doing that. What about the Blazers makes you think that you should take them in Salt Lake? I'm actually just curious. I don't get it. Like what are people looking at? What's the angle there? Because I don't see it. I mean, first of all, if you're just looking at the way the two teams are playing, Utah actually looks like a pretty good team again. I'm always quick to say, oh, they're not really beating anybody, but in that Heat game, I was all over the Heat in that game. So I actually watched it. I put a lot of money on the Heat in that game. Utah kind of look like their old selves, man. They look a little bit more fluid without Conley. They're getting contributions from different guys. Their defense is still not what it was, but at home, I don't really see what Portland has. And don't get me wrong, CJ McCollum and Dame Lillard could go off at any time. Okay. But, like, what about Portland makes you think that they're going to go into Salt Lake City and beat Utah? Because I look at it like, first of all, I hope money keeps coming in on Portland. So I could, if Utah goes under 5, if it goes 4.5, I'm smashing Utah 4.5. And hopefully this first quarter number goes down. I see a couple books already have it at 1.5. Probably going to take Utah in the first quarter minus 1.5. Another thing that makes me like Utah, their next 10 games, 6 of those on the road. The 4 home games, they got Blazers, Pistons, Knicks, Hornets. I think they're looking to take care of business at home if they want to get back on track because they're not where they projected themselves to be preseason. I think that they're going to take care of business in these next 4 home games. As far as I'm concerned, I don't see any reason why I would put money on Portland, even taking points. I kind of like this Utah -1.5 in the first quarter.
Exactly. I think that's a strong play. I think that's a strong play as well. Like I say, man, the last time they did play, it was last season, but the Blazers smacked them boys up. I think it was 132 to 109 as last January, man. So hopefully, and like Dame Lillard and CJ did go off. Yeah, 132 to 105, man. So the past couple times, last time it was in Utah, they beat them 109, 104. We'll see, but that was a different Blazers team, man, than this one right here. And I just don't think they match up well versus Jazz, man. A lot of, you know what I'm saying? A lot of this shit is really all about matchups. You can look at stats all you want. It's really all about last 5 games. How have they looked lately? And matchups, man. Do they have people? You know what I'm saying? Can the Blazers, whatever bigs they do have, Whiteside and whoever else, if they can match up with the Jazz bigs? So I mean, we'll see, man. But I just think that the Jazz gonna get it done here tonight. It's another one. It's another one, man. I just have a feeling they're going to get it done. And just like the Pistons, obviously they hadn't looked good as lately as well, man. But I think they're going to right the ship tonight. It's at the -6, man. Give me the Pistons -6. I'm leaning towards the Knicks +8. I might get there, man. It's the only way I could play that game. I think I talked myself into the Knicks, especially where they didn't keep it close 2 times already this year. So I might end up hopping on that one. No play on the Grizzlies or OKC. Grizzlies in the first half +3 is a damn good play. I'm definitely going to that Mavericks game for sure, man. I'm definitely got to put some on the first quarter. The full game in the Mavericks on the money line parlay for sure, man. Money line parlay is the Pistons on the money line, the Mavs on the money line, the Jazz on the money line, man. Play the +140, and I'm trying to cash that ticket as well, man. I'm definitely might have to hop on the Kings there if Karl-Anthony Towns is ruled out, man. Y'all know what's up. We got to get out of here. We hope y'all come back tomorrow, and hope we come back with some winners, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in, and that's another show with Jammin with J Money. Leche, a Los Bookmaker.